Good morning, and how are you doing? I hope you have been good, and I hope you are keeping safe. Please keep keeping safe. My name is Mrs. Oladesh, and I will be taking you Basic Science, Class JS1. The first topic for this term is woman reproduction. Woman reproduction. Before we go into the details of our lesson, let's take a look at the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to 1. Define reproduction. 2. Discuss the concept of woman reproduction. 3. Explain the processes involved in reproduction. Number 4. Define menstrual hygiene. Number 5. State the ways to maintain good menstrual hygiene. These are the learning objectives that you must know and must be able to explain at the end of the lesson. Now let's see the definition of reproduction. Reproduction is the process by which new individual organisms are produced by their parents. I'll come again. Reproduction is the process by which new individual organisms are produced by their parents. A baby is produced by the parents. That is the sexual intercourse between the father and the mother, which are the parents of the baby, results in the production of such a baby. Now, in female woman reproductive system, there are some processes that occurs in human reproduction. Let's see the processes one by one. Now, processes involved in reproduction. The first process is ovulation. And ovulation is the process by which an egg is released by the ovary. The ovary is one of the organs in female human being. This organ, called the ovary, will release an egg, and the process is called ovulation. Now, after the egg has been released, the egg will move straight into the fallopian tube, and the egg will stay in the fallopian tube, waiting patiently for a sperm to fertilize it. Now, when a young woman, after ovulation, engages in sexual intercourse, the egg that is being produced by the ovary, which is staying in the fallopian tube, will be fertilized by the sperm from the man. Now, this process is called fertilization. We say fertilization is the process by which the sperm swims to fertilize the egg in the fallopian tube. After the egg has been fertilized, then comes implantation or conception. And this is the process by which the fertilized egg travels down to the uterus or the womb. Now, the fertilized egg will now travel down to the uterus or the womb. The fertilized egg will attach itself to the womb, and it will now begin to go into a zygote, then from the zygote into a baby, till 9 months when the woman will deliver. Another process that occurs in female is menstruation. Menstruation. At puberty, young female begin to experience menstruation. And menstruation is the process by which the lining of the uterus shed when fertilization does not occur. Menstruation is the process by which the lining of the uterus shed when fertilization does not occur. Let me explain this better. Now, during ovulation, when the egg has been produced by the ovary, if a young woman do not engage in sexual intercourse at ovulation, the egg will not see any sperm to fertilize it. Then the egg will now break and the lining of the uterus will also shed, and they will come out in form of blood through the external reproductive organ, which is the vagina. Now let me share the diagram so that you can comprehend the lesson very well. Now, look at this diagram. This is the ovary. The ovary will release the egg. The ovary has released the egg, and the egg will move straight to the fallopian tube, as I've explained. The egg will move straight to the fallopian tube. The egg will stay at the fallopian tube here. This is the egg here, the fallopian tube, and will be waiting patiently for a sperm to fertilize it. So when a young woman engages in sexual intercourse during ovulation, when the egg has been released by the ovary and the egg is in the fallopian tube, this egg will be fertilized by the sperm. Look at the sperm here. Will be fertilized by the sperm, and the fertilized egg will now move straight down to the uterus. Look at the egg here in the uterus. This is the uterus, that is the womb, and this is where the fertilized egg will stay and will start to form into a zygote, then into a fetus, and then gradually will becoming a baby until 9 months, when the baby will be born by the woman rather. So this is a diagram. The diagram shows the processes involved in human reproduction and the developmental stages of the egg cell. Now this is the developmental stages of the egg cell. The egg cell will split into 2, into 4, into 8, and so on until it gets matured and form a baby. I hope you understand that very well. Now, let's move into another subtopic, which is menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene is the process of maintaining cleanliness in girls during menstruation. I'll come again. Menstrual hygiene is the process of maintaining cleanliness in girls during menstruation. At puberty, it is expected that every female will begin to experience menstruation. During this period of menstruation, there are some precautions that a young lady must take into consideration in order to enjoy a good lifestyle, or in order to enjoy a good menstrual lifestyle. Now, let's see the ways to maintain good menstrual hygiene. Number 1, always use good sanitary towel or pad to collect blood. Always use good sanitary towels or pad to collect blood. Number 2, do not use rags to receive blood. And you know the implication of using rags to receive blood. The rag can be contaminated with bacteria, and if you use any rag or any piece of cloth that has been contaminated with bacteria or any other microorganism to receive blood during menstruation, it can cause deadly diseases in the body. So it is not good to use rag to receive blood. Rather, use good sanitary pad. Then also change pad at least 3 times daily. When you notice the pad you use is soiled or is full, you have to change it at least 3 times daily. And while changing it, ensure that you wash your hand. When you handle a soiled pad, that is a used pad, ensure that you wash your hand. And also, dispose used pad. Do not litter the floor with it. Do not litter the floor with used pad. Dispose them properly. It's either you bury them or you burn them. Other ways to maintain good menstrual hygiene are: ensure you take your bath at least twice daily. Have a good shower at least twice daily. And also, ensure you eat a good meal, have a good balanced diet, have good rest. Have good rest. These are very, very important. Furthermore, you need to appear neat, appear very, very neat during menstruation. Ensure that your clothes do not stain, So I believe we'll be able to understand week 1 lesson, woman reproduction. To do a little recap, we've discussed the processes that are involved in reproduction: ovulation, which is the process by which the ovary releases an egg; then fertilization, which is the process by which a sperm fertilizes the egg released by the ovary. Then we move to conception or implantation, which is the process by which the fertilized egg travel down to the womb to attach itself to the womb. Then we take a look at menstruation also. This is the breaking of the egg cell or the shedding of the lining of the womb when fertilization does not occur. We also look at menstrual hygiene. It's the process by which a young girl maintains cleanliness during menstruation. And we also look at the ways to maintain good menstrual hygiene. Good. Now, this is the end of the first week. I want us to move to the second week topic, which is woman reproduction 2. This is the continuation of the first lesson that we have done. Now let's see the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to define pregnancy. Number 2, state the signs or symptoms of pregnancy. Number 3, mention the places to get help during pregnancy. These are the learning objectives under woman reproduction 2 that you must be able to explain at the end of the lesson. Now, let's go into the details of the lesson. Pregnancy is the process by which a new individual grows in a womb. Pregnancy is the process by which a new individual grows in a womb. Now, pregnancies last for about 9 months in female human being, and pregnancy can be confirmed either by blood, by urine test, or by ultrasound scan in a very good hospital or health center and from experienced experts like the doctors and the nurses. It is very, very important. Now, let's look at the signs and symptoms of pregnancy. The signs and symptoms of pregnancy. Missed period will occur. That's number 1. Missed period will occur. That is, a woman that is pregnant will not experience menstruation. Menstruation will not occur in a woman that is pregnant. Menstruation will cease for that 9 months. Number 2, there will be frequency in urination. Number 3, there will be increase in vaginal secretion. The secretion from the vagina will tend to increase when pregnancy occurs. Number 4, nausea and vomiting the smell of food, either food or any odor around, will nauseate a pregnant woman, and also vomiting can actually occur too. Then breast may be enlarged and tender, fatigue and dizziness. The body might be weak. Though these signs and symptoms of pregnancy differ from woman to woman, but these are the general signs and symptoms of pregnancy in most pregnant women. I believe we've been able to enjoy the class. We've been able to talk about what pregnancy is, which is the process by which new individual grows in the womb. We've been able to talk how pregnancy can be confirmed. Can use urine test, can use blood test, can use ultrasound scan, and this can be done in the hospital by experienced medical experts. Then seeing the signs and symptoms of pregnancy, from missed period to frequency in urination, nausea and vomiting, the breast may be enlarged and tender, fatigue and dizziness, weakness, and so on and so forth. I believe you'll be able to enjoy the class. When you get to SS classes in your biology, you will understand more about human reproduction. For JS1, as I've taught you, just to sensitize you, just for you to know the basic processes that are involved in reproduction. Thank you. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the class. Ensure that you do your assignments and ensure that you read your notes. Thank you. See you next week. Bye.